It's week 15 of the National Football League, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Ravens and the Browns, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You look at this Baltimore defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And I think with as good as their coverage is, and they're also excellent tacklers, they try to keep things in front of them and either make the tackle or you have to run out of bounds because there's nowhere to go. They'll let them dink and dunk all day long.
Now a throw here to his running back. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, this defense for the Ravens very strong in that victory a week ago.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win. But definitely...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Hardman on the return. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal. And this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A toss right to Henry. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 19 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
It'll be a gain of 5, and now we've got a 3rd and 4. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Hardman to return. Stays on his feet. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours and camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. 1 quarter down, 8-0 to score. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Now they try the right side here. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So his strong 1st half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Complete at the 1. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Cleveland offense making their way out. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now quickly here to Smith-Njigba. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now brings up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I'm never giving enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The Ravens hit 12-1 now to start play. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners at 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by Higgins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Tua going to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Elijah Higgins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
2nd and 10. Now a give. Running left is Harris. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw here. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
And the Browns first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Back to throw again. That's complete to Turner. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll look to throw again. That's swung out wide to Harris. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Browns! Jackson Smith-Njigba from 4 yards out. And the Browns are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. This pass complete to Higgins. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now Tua. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Good great defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit to prevent him from making another catch to his big start.
This time they stay on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Tua now on first down. He's going to throw one up from the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up in the Steel City, Acrisure Stadium.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter, and they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. On second down, Tua. Complete. It's Henry. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. This a 2nd and 8.
At the 35-yard line.
Here's Tua. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff looking right. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction.
A 3-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Henry again. touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. The two are going to try and throw for it. He's got it at the 2. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a toss play. It's Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
18 yards the gain for number 18.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one complete downfield to Johnson. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deontay Johnson, 50 yards. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
And they'll bring it down at the 27-yard line. 98 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 2. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Here's second and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Tua going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Forced out to his left. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Open man is Higgins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
21G.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Ravens on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Time on 3, kick.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal to go.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now, quick throw there is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Rashawn Gary, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. But at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores. They needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Turbo 1 high, turbo 1 high. Solo left Zion, solo left. High.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa escaping the pressure right. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Now a pause, and there's and now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown...
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers from 17 yards out. And the Ravens are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Here we go now as they will again try for two. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add two more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get two. Folks on the other sideline now.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop to throw. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is. But I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. On the slant, here's Smith-Njigba. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. Just 2 minutes. Fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw again. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw caught by Flowers. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And pardon me, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Open man, that's Henry. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Solo left Zion. Ready.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. That is caught. And he'll be knocked down right at the 15-yard line. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Hey, turbo one.
Tua now on 1st down. This pass complete to Higgins. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
3rd and 5.
Stinger.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And when you break it down, this was just a third.
And I truly thought